All right, so Wednesday is usually one of my lifting days during the week. I try and get in 3 days of lifting every week, a lot of little bonus workouts, a lot of martial arts classes, like I said, and then I'm trying to include cardio. Unfortunately, today I was feeling really quite a bit run down, and I don't know if it's overtraining or just could possibly be I got a COVID vaccine first dose yesterday, and could be some side effects from that. I'm just not feeling great. It's a pretty common side effect reported, so that could possibly be happening. But either way, I didn't feel up to lifting heavy today. And I think it's important to listen to your body, although I think a lot of times people listen to their body and feel like they should do nothing. And I'm trying to fight against that urge to do that. And I think oftentimes it's good to tone things down, but that doesn't mean not doing nothing. It means going easier, finding something else to do, having an active recovery day. So today what I'm going to work with is blood flow restriction training. I have these air bands on my legs. It's kind of like a automatic blood pressure cuff that is going to occlude blood flow to my legs to trick my body into thinking that it's getting a much heavier workout than it is without any of the wear and tear on the joints, without overexerting myself. So once I start this thing, see here, where we go. Okay, so I am inflating the air bands now. I am inflating the air bands now. And it's just putting a squeeze on me just like a blood pressure cuff would. Now with these, you don't want to occlude blood flow too long, but you also want to do it for long enough to get the benefit of it. So we use this a lot in physical therapy and in the clinic, and this is based off of the research into these things. What's shown is you want them on and to be working and resting for at least 6 minutes, but no more than 8. So I'm gonna have a pretty even amount of time here doing squats and rest periods, but they're just gonna be body weight squats. And they are gonna feel like I'm lifting 1,000 pounds, even though I'm not. Here we go, let's get my music back on. And that's 30. So a common set progression that we use when working with these in therapy, at least, and this is based off of the research, is a set of 30 repetitions followed by a 30-second rest break, and then 3 more sets of 15 repetitions, 30-second rest break, between each set. And even with these, I feel like I'm working pretty hard. I can feel that lactic acid building up in my quads already, just from one set, 30 body weight squats. It's a very cool technology, quite a bit of research into it. It's making its way mostly into the physical therapy field at the moment, but I expect it to be used kind of across athletic training, into personal training. These ones are remote, so I can train other people using these things, which is nice. It's not big and bulky to carry around, hooks up to my phone, and it's probably time for my second set. Also allows me to get a very good workout. From home. I can feel like I've worked really hard without having to go to a gym and lift a bunch of weights. Now, so the way that this works, by including blood flow to the muscles in my leg below where that pressure is it takes an exercise that would normally be aerobic, something like air squats that I'm doing or body weight squats that I'm doing right now, and because the muscle isn't getting oxygenated blood to it, it turns it into an anaerobic exercise. So your byproduct of your anaerobic exercise is lactic acid. That's where we get that burn in our muscle when we're lifting weights. As we pile on the weight, pile on the sets, pile on the reps, and we get that burn in our muscle, that's the lactic acid building up. It's a byproduct of an anaerobic muscle contraction. Now, this exercise for me would normally be aerobic. I could normally do a whole bunch of these without a whole lot of rest. But now using these things on, and including that blood flow, turning it into that anaerobic contraction, I really can't do nearly the amount of reps that I would normally be able to. Now the other thing that it does, other than turning it into an anaerobic exercise, which builds up the lactic acid in the legs here, it's also including the blood flow flowing back into the rest of my body, which means that that lactic acid gets trapped there. My body can't flush it through, it can't filter it out. So right now, it feels like my thighs are just in a lactic acid soup, burning real bad, even though I haven't been really doing that much. It feels like I have. And so when I take these things off after the 6 to 8 minutes, and that lactic acid is ready to flood back through my body, my brain and the rest of my body thinks that I worked a lot harder than I did, and it will build muscle as if I had worked a lot harder than I did. All right, this last set, I think I might go for 30. Six, 7, 8, 29, and 30. All right, so that I am at 8 minutes. So I'm going to deflate these now. And that is it for squats for me with these on. Probably gonna do a few other exercises, some unweighted single leg Romanian deadlifts. I've got some for my arms, I'll strap on there. Probably do some bicep curls, tricep extensions, then I'm gonna call it good for today.